In this video, we will cover the basics of Paragon. Paragon is our MLS multiple listing service where we are able to look at listings and input listings, and I'll go into further detail as we go along. For Paragon, you don't need to download anything. All you need to do is have internet connection, and you can choose from the following browsers: Google Chrome, Firefox, Microsoft Edge, and Safari. And you can go to bayeast.org, and toward the middle of your screen, click on Paragon/MLS. When you log in, you are using your 9-digit member ID number and password. In this video, we will focus on the home page of Paragon and the search button on the home page. You will see Paragon Use Message Center and Quick Search all on the left-hand side. Quick Search is awesome for quick search if you're looking for a specific property. This is it. You can search by MLS number, click count, and then click search, and it will show you the property that is associated with this MLS ID number. Now let me get back to the home page, and let's say you don't have an MLS number, but you do have the address. Well, let me click clear. You can search by address as well. So type in the address number and the street name. And city, then click search. And now I am presented with the listing that this property is associated with. Once again, you can search by listing number or address to quickly search for a property. Now, in the middle column, if I scroll down just a bit, here is Bay East News. Anything new will be posted here on the home page. So please take a look each time you log in. On the right-hand side is a market monitor. Here you get the most updated information about your specific farm. Also information about your listing as well. You can click on the gear on the upper right-hand corner to customize your farm. I want to keep an eye out for residential single-family home properties in Hayward, Fremont, and Union City. Click Save. And now, every day when I log into Paragon, I can get an updated listing activity of properties that are residential, single-family homes in my selected cities. If you're a broker, you will have more tabs such as office and firm. Now let's learn how to search for properties for your buyer. Let's pretend we're looking for a property that is a single-family home in Alameda. My client wants a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, and they do not want to pay more than $1.5 million for it. So let's click Search Residential. For status, I'm going to click on this magnifying glass on the far right side. And I'm going to want to select Active to select all the actives. Click Save. Again, my client wants to live in Alameda. He wants a single-family home, which is a detached property. He does not want to pay more than $1.5 million for a 3-bedroom, 2-bath. And as you can see, the more criteria I put, the smaller this number becomes. This count button shows me the amount of properties that fit my criteria. Once I am satisfied with my criteria, then I can now click on Search. This will lead you to your spreadsheet, or spreadsheet will show you all the listings that fit your criteria. Click on any of the MLS number to look for more information about the select property. I clicked on the listing right here, and this is called an agent report. The report has basic information about the property such as features, confidential marks, and public remarks. Confidential marks is information you want to tell other agents. Public remarks are information for the public and should be purely a description of the property. If I decide that I would like to show this to my client, I can click on this button right here. I can also look at the other properties by clicking on the next button on the far right-hand side. Let's say I looked over this agent report and I do not want to show this to my client. I'm going to leave this box blank. And let's say I want to move on and I like this property and I want to show it to my client. Now, I'm going to click on the red back button on the far right-hand side. And as you can see, the properties that I have selected are all highlighted green. I can click on Share and select Text to send a text message to my client. Or I can click on Email. It will auto default to Collab Link. Select Compose Email. And I can type in my client's email address right here and then click Send and then click Close. Great, we just sent an email to our client. Now let's close this tab. And I would like to show you Map Search. So let's say I have a client who wants to look for a property near a school and they want a single family home. I'm going to click on Search Residential. The system automatically assumes that I am doing my previous search. Now for status, I'm going to type in All Active. It is the equivalent to All Active. For city, my client wants to look for a property near San Ramon High School. So the city I'm going to put in is San Ramon. They want a detached property, so I will type in D. And they want at least a 3-bedroom, 2-bath. And they do not want to pay more than $2 million. Okay, now that I put in my basic criteria, I want to search by map. So I'm going to click on Map Search on the upper left-hand corner. And I'm going to put in the address of the middle school that I want to look for my client. And then click on this magnifying glass. Once you see this flag, that means your address has been found. Now let's say I want to look for properties within 1 mile of the school. So right by miles, I'm going to type in the number 1. Then I'm going to click on Search Radius. Let's say this circle is a little too small and you want to expand the circle to look for more properties. How do you do that? Well, on the upper left-hand corner, click on the word Edit. Now click on this bar that says Radius. And now your circle has turned yellow. Once it turns yellow, you can expand it by selecting the white circles. And with your cursor, you can now expand the shape. Now we have adjusted our shape. Let's click Search on the upper right-hand corner. And now we have the listings that are within my shape that are near my middle school that I'm looking for. Now I want to show you how to do a CMA. A CMA is a comparable market analysis. This is a report that you will use to evaluate a property. You would want this report if you have a client that they want to sell their property. And you will want to do a comparable search, compare, and see how much you want to sell the property for. Here's how to do a search. First, I'm going to exit out of this tab. Now I'm in the home page. Okay, so I'm going to select Search in Residential because I'm searching for my comps. And for my status, I'm going to type in All Active, All Sold, and Pending. Now I'm going to put in the criteria that is as similar to my subject property. My subject property is a 3-bedroom, 2-bath in Alameda. So under bedrooms and bath, I'm going to put 3-bedroom, 2-bath. My subject property is also a detached home and the square foot is 1,600 square feet. I'm going to do a little less than 1,600 and a little more than 1,600. Now that is important. I As you can see on the count button, the number is fairly high. It is because Paragon covers over 15 years of information. You do not want comps older than the year 2000 for this situation. You want relevant information. So I'm going to go over to closing date. And I'm going to select date range. And I can choose how old I want more information to be. For example, I'm going to select 6 months back and I'm going to put in the city. However, when you do your own CMA, you want to pick and choose how old your information is. The hotter the market is for the city, you want a closer date range. The cooler the market is, and you want an older date range. Now I'm going to search by map. I will type in my subject property address right here. Click on the magnifying glass and I want a 1 mile radius from my subject property. Click search radius and now click search. I now have my comparables for my subject property. As you can see here, you will see high, low, average, median, and total price. But we want a CMA report. So I'm going to click on the far right corner of the page, click report, and I'm going to scroll down until I see CMA. Then I'm going to select CMA summary. And here is your CMA summary. You have all of your actives in one section, and then you have all your solds in another. You will have all of your high list price, high sold price, low list price, low sold price, the average and median. To print this report, you can click on Print Plus. And then in the middle box, you can add these other available reports that are available to you. I will select Client Report. Click Add, and when you're ready, you can click Print. And now you know the basics of Paragon. You can always contact our main tech line at 925-730-7100, Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. if you have any questions. Thank you.